Why is finding a job harder than ever? Because it feels impossible. You wake up, check your phone, refresh your email, scroll through job listings that all sound the same, apply, 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 radio silence. You do everything right. You tweak your resume. You write the perfect cover letter. You tailor your LinkedIn profile. You even try networking. And yet, nothing. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into months. And slowly, that little voice in your head starts whispering, what if I never get hired? You're not lazy. You're not unqualified. You're not crazy. The system is broken, and nobody told you how to beat it. Let's talk about why you're struggling, why millions of people are struggling. And more importantly, let's talk about how you can turn the system upside down, get ahead, and finally land the job that's meant for you. First, the truth. The job market isn't what it used to be. 10 years ago, you applied, got an interview, showed up, proved yourself, and boom, offer. Now, AI filters your resume before a human ever sees it. Recruiters are drowning in applications. Companies ghost candidates without a second thought. Some jobs aren't even real. They're just posted to make it look like the company is growing. And worst of all, the rules have changed, but nobody taught you the new ones. And that's why you feel stuck. Because you're playing by old rules in a game that was rewritten behind your back. So let's fix that. Let's make you impossible to ignore. First, your resume isn't the problem. Your approach is. If you're applying like everyone else, scrolling, clicking, apply now, attaching your resume, and hoping for the best, you're setting yourself up for failure. The people who get hired aren't the ones who just apply. They're the ones who make the right people notice them before they even send an application. Here's how. Stop applying cold. Start getting warm introductions. Most jobs never get posted. They get filled before they ever hit the internet. The secret? People hire people they already trust. If you're not in their network, you don't exist. So what do? You become unforgettable. You stop being another name in the pile and start being a name they already know. Find the companies you want to work for. Not the job titles, the actual companies. Find the hiring managers, decision makers, or even people who work in the department you want to join. Then, before you even think about applying, reach out. Comment on their posts. Send a short, genuine message about something they've worked on. Get in their world. Make them curious about you. Because when people feel like they already know you, they want to help you. Next, your LinkedIn is probably killing your chances. Here's the reality. Recruiters are searching for people like you right now, but they're not searching by name. They're searching by keywords. If your profile doesn't have the right words, you're invisible. So go find 5 job descriptions for the role you want. Copy them into a word cloud generator. The biggest words? Those are your golden keywords. Those words need to be all over your profile. Your headline, your summary, your experience. Because when recruiters search, you need to show up first. But even more important, your profile should tell a story. Nobody cares that you increased efficiency by 30%. What they care about is this. What problem did you solve? How did you make people's lives easier? What did you do that nobody else could? Your profile isn't a list of tasks. It's proof that you make things better wherever you go. And here's where it gets really powerful. Start posting. Most people never do this. That's why it works. If you post even once a week about your industry, your experiences, or what you're learning, something magical happens. People start noticing you. Hiring managers start seeing your name again and again. And suddenly, when your application lands in their inbox, you're not a stranger. You're someone they already recognize. But what if you don't have connections? Here's how you hack that in 1 week. Day 1, connect with 30 people in your industry. No message, just send the requests. Day 2, comment on 10 posts from industry leaders. Smart, thoughtful comments. Not great post, but something that actually adds value. Day 3, post 1 short LinkedIn post about something you've learned or struggled with in your job search. Day 4-7, keep engaging, keep commenting, keep showing up. By the end of the week, people will start connecting with you, and in a month, you'll be in a completely different place. Now let's talk about interviews, because getting one is hard, but passing one, that's where most people fail. The real reason you're not getting offers isn't your answers, it's your energy. Hiring managers don't just hire skills, they hire certainty. They hire people who make them feel, deep in their gut, that they can trust them. So how do you do that? You flip the script. You stop treating interviews like exams and start treating them like conversations between equals. At the end of every answer, flip it back to them. Ask questions that make them think. Not just what's the company culture like, but real questions. Questions that make them see you as someone who gets it. Try this. Them. Tell me about yourself. You. Sure, I've spent the last few years doing your experience. But what really excites me is what you love about your industry. Before I dive in, I'd love to know, what's the biggest challenge your team is facing right now? Them. Do you have any questions for us? You. Definitely. I noticed something specific about the company. How are you tackling that? I'd love to hear more about your approach. Suddenly, you're not a candidate. You're someone they want on their team. Now, here's the final key. You have to outlast everyone else. The truth is, most people give up too soon. They get rejected and think it's over. But every rejection is just another step closer. Every ignored email, another shot waiting to land. The people who win aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who keep going long after everyone else quits. So here's what you do. For every rejection, send a follow-up. If they ghost you, send another. If they say no, ask why. If they ignore that, move on to the next. Because at the end of the day, the only people who don't get hired are the ones who stop trying. And you? You're not stopping, because the job you want is already waiting for you. You just have to go take it.